Our students have a mental power and toughness that is always changing, endlessly experimenting with the latest and cutting-edge research. Our understanding continually evolves with over 200 arcane laboratories. They are shaped in clinics and grafted in the real world. From careful studies basics to full ISIT certification, we teach it all. Our campus is conveniently located in the heart of downtown Ravnica. If you're dedicated to nature and science, Simic University is for you. Simic University, we don't just teach evolution, we evolve.
And we're back. All right. Hey, everybody. It's Deluxe Coffee. It's Saturday. I've got all this stuff going on. I'm feeling really good compared to last week. Things are going well, etc. Anyway, about 2 weeks ago, I was playing Pauper Classic Tuesdays, and I placed okay, but I got run over by this list. So much so, I wanted to give a shout out to Haste BR, the online player, and asked him for his list, and I didn't change a darn thing. I'd like to. There's a few things that I would like to tweak now, but it looks very similar to the Black Sack list that I love so much. Not sure if that inspired it or what, but it's got a little bit more punch power, but not enough control, in my opinion, for like Crypt Rats and such like that. So anyway, before I get AZN2K2, Hexxen Rouge Paladin 19, Shirazman and Pauper Tim, of course. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Nice and early here. We're going to have a little Kamigawa, what is it, Destiny, Dynasty? I can never remember it right, at the end of the show, and just go over some of my opinions on the cards if you want to stick around for that. I wouldn't, but that's me because it's I'm in my own head. One of the things that catches my eye with this list is this. 15 lands. It's like, what? But you think Bone Pickers kind of cost 1, and then everything else kind of costs 1 except for the 4 Perilous Myr and 2 Lampads. These have only been relevant like in 2 games out of like maybe 40. Another weird card, Echoing Return. I wanted to get rid of this. Sometimes it gets 1 or 2 cards. Sometimes it can get up to like 4, obviously. Had to actually look at it twice and be like, oh, okay, interesting. And their point was a lot of times they get rid of your good stuff and then you bring them all back and refill your hand and such. We're also playing with the Black Delver, Ecstatic Awakener, turns into a demon. Pretty cool. I like this. I don't think this would be playable if it didn't have this draw a card and being able to do it at kind of instant speed and this little sacrifice. Anyway, enough about that. The deck. So it's been a few, maybe months since we played Black. I know I get on a kick sometimes with Black Sack, and I'll probably play it in a few more weeks here, my version. But anyway, we've got 15 basics. The 4 Bone Pickers, Carrion Feeder, 3 Returns, 4 Awakeners, 4 Beetles, 4 Shamblers, which are really, really, really good with these Carrion Feeders and the Mortician Beetle. Look, we're playing rare and Pauper. Isn't that cool? Little gold symbol. And 4 Serrated Scorpion, which is actually the card that I might replace if I was to stick with this one and you needed spots. More on that in a little bit. Shambling Ghast and Footlight Fiend offer a little value, early mana, and getting rid of like Fae and stuff. Village Rites to trigger that up. Perilous Myr, nobody wants to block, and then this dude in our sideboard. We got really crafty stuff. Rotten Reunion, which has really grown on me. I almost want to make Travis Wu's Woo Rats list again with this and Unearth and such. 2 Lifestaffs, 4 Verdicts, and 2 Curses, and 2 Edicts, and 2 Suffocating Fumes. So, yeehaw, Kumar, hey, from Russia with love. Thank you for chiming in. And I should probably create a game here and see if we can't do this first of all, because sometimes we have to wait a little bit as I go back on in here and see. Oh, no, going right into it. So here we go. Nim Chimpskey in the house. All right. Everybody's here. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Yeah, we got all kinds of cool stuff. Looks like Blue's winning in the Kamigawa thing. So, yeah, I want to play first. What are we doing? 3 lands. That's like a fifth of our land? The third? All right, we'll keep it. And we'll jump on out here. I'm going to lead off with the Fiend here in case we run into some sort of 1-1. We can at least do something against it. Sorry, I'm pretty caffeinated this morning. Work went pretty well this week. Had a few stressful days and such, but that's just the biz. Things have calmed down a little bit. I think it was the overall last week's show, the overall decisions I had. Like there was a decision tree in my life, and it was just going in 500 different ways and corners. So, hey, looks like I guessed right. It's my birthday, says Shiraz. Everybody say happy birthday, Shiraz. I'll drink a sip of coffee to you. Thank you for being my number one backup plan, my friend. We met only digitally so long ago. One of these years we will meet in person, darn it. All right. I think maybe the card draw is worth it here more than the alternate. Yeah, we'll go like this. Attack. Everybody gives Shirazamon some love. Woo. Alrighty. Let's bring out the feeder. Let him gain his life, or at least pull even here. And then I'm going to sacrifice this, do that, and some other stuff. Sacrifice here. Always click very carefully with this Carrion Feeder. It's you can get into some really bad situations quickly. Something like Mog Fanatic and things like that. And just end up clicking on yourself. And we got 5 power on the board, just like that. Whew, man, I feel good. Warm, except my fingers are kind of cold. Uh-oh, we got a black deck across from us. Let's consider our options closely. Beers sound good, even though it's early in the morning here. I've got a beer I just cannot get enough of. It is so good. I'm going to bring out this dude here quickly. Seeing as how I've become kind of a beer snob, though. Let's attack here. Darn thing's really going to come up with the life here. I think I'll trip this. I think I'll trip this once. I mean, it's going to gain the life back. I just want to. We're probably walking into some removal, so I want to keep the squirrel out there for some Edict affection. But unfortunately, that Soul's Attendant's going to have something to say about a few of these things. All right, and then we'll just drop this bone crackling demon or human spawn first. And we'll stick back with the Village Rites, probably targeting the squirrel if we don't see much hate coming at us here. Keep the fuel up. Tough when you're going wide and the person's gaining life, but what you gonna do? I started at 3. Hey, as long as the sun's almost on its approach, right? Butter Ghost. All about sour beers for you? Yeah, me, I can't get enough hops in the beers I like. It's just, I started with a little and then a medium, and now it's like if it doesn't just, if somebody, is against hops and they, I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's just, it's got to have just a gigaton of hops for me. I just love that stuff. All right, let's attack. What? Let's do... yeah, that was kind of dumb of me, wasn't it? Let's drop this. Hey! Booyah! Crunch. Drop this. Should we sit back? What on earth are they playing here? I'll play the Shambler. They've got some sort of weird... I can't foresee some sort of wrath effect that would take out creatures of this size, but we'll see. I missed the deck tech. What are we playing today? Oh, Spike Pack TV. You can just rewind at the top of the show when it's on YouTube. It's not, you're not missing out on much, but it's kind of a, I don't want to call it that implies that, he took my Black Sack list and, it's very different. But this is from Haste BR Online, and I'm playing it just as is. It's a finicky deck. He took the same list to a tournament and bombed out, as did I, and then the very same list will just crush. So this is not a good matchup. I'm just happy that we didn't have to quadruple mulligan like has been kind of the first round curse this last few months, I should say. It's either Tron or playing extra lands and we triple mulligan or something. You've all been there. Ooh, Quar69. Nice to hear from you. I don't know what you said, but back at you, I think. Thanks for joining us. Now, if we can just translate. We got some sort of arcane alchemist, reader of scrolls in the chat that can do that. Pauper Akbar. Nice. Alrighty. Well, what are we going to do here? We're going to attack, baby. Woo! Wham! I like this. Bones cracked, flesh split apart, and the screams of euphoric agony gave way to unholy laughter. You can just elaborate. Ooh. We had him in single digits. What happened? Good grief. Yeah. What's this hitting for? 3-3. It ain't going to be worth it. I'd rather kill that thing. Crunch. All right. It's going to gain 2 life off of this, but I want to have a Village Rites target. No attackies. Let's try to get a... I've got quite a bit of power coming through here. I'm pretty sure this is Bjorn Prime. What a cool name. Sounds like some... what was that? The old Transformers. I mean the old Transformers. Ultra Sigma, I think was the guy's name. That was always cool. Like one of the first dudes on Cybertron. He was like this metallic looking wizard. I always wondered what he transformed into as a kid. Speaking of which, I can tell you how many times I've named the virus Unicron instead of Omicron. I know it's not original or new, but I just, when you say a certain word so many thousands of times, you get the hang of it the other way. Well, I ain't afraid. Let me get some... Should I get some fuel for the fire or just attack? I'm just going to attack. Let's go. Oh, man. I got to put this down. Even though he's going to gain some life here. That's a lot of firepower. What is that thing? At 8-8 now? And this can be... That's not going to really work out in my favor, but I'm just going to attack. Boom. What a swing, man. I've done like 30 damage to this dude. I'll just sack whatever he blocks. I'd imagine it's the Carrion Feeder. Oh, interesting. All right. Oh, I'll get rid of this. Yep. Well, cancel that. Yeah, I'd rather get the cards. Did I pay 1? Thought I did. Whoa, 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 whoa. What am I doing here? Did I pay 1 or... Oh, I dropped that dude. That's right. Okay. Going crazy here. Sorry, guys. We'll get some more free food. Hopefully... See, this is why you want to run Crypt Rats. Dang it. Crunch. I think we just got to keep our dudes here. All right. I'll play the land. When I let him gain... This is whenever another creature you control leaves the battlefield. I'll get him up 1 more. Don't want to be sacking that Nested Shambler until those damn wardens go away. Feel like I'm in prison. All these wardens staring me down. I think there's only technically 1 warden per prison, but... Omnicorn. Unicron. So if you're joining us late, make sure to wish Shirazaman a happy birthday. The happiest of birthdays. For sure. And he goes back up to 11. And a little Luminous Phantom's going to be a little bit of a problem, being that he can block my dude, but now he's got 2 big blockers. I felt like this was in the bag. Dang. We'll block here, and before damage, we'll sacrifice it to the Carrion Feeder. Oh, that's right. I got a double block, right? That kind of blows. Okay. Oh boy. I don't think I want to let that thing get super large. I'm just going to sacrifice this. I guess I should sacrifice both. He's going to get it anyway. And then this is going to get a little too big. The way the stack works here, these 2 are going to clash and I'm going to lose. But I might as well get something out of the deal, right? Heal through this turn. All right. Oh, man. Sorry about that, Shiraz. I was having one of those last weeks, as you all know. I've got a definite feeling of a wee bit of dread, professionally wise, just because, let's go for it. We're probably going to lose this one. I'm just going to attack here. Well, no, we'll just go like this. See if we can't get him in the air. On Monday, I've got to get up at like 5 in the morning and edit my butt off on this thing. And editing's not the problem. It's this project's just so huge and new, and there's so much new programs and all these things that you got to have talk to the edit and publishing this and that, and it's a lot on my plate, and so I'm definitely that's game. We can't do enough damage here. Let's go to game 2 here. Didn't kill him fast enough. Yeah, well, what do we call that? I'm just gonna call it life suck. So yeah, I think I'll be losing quite a bit of sleep on Sunday night, dreading like, oh, when I get up, did I think of this? Did I do this? All right, Trespasser's Curse for sure. Pretty cool. I always take out the Lampads. Not too big of a fan of those. Obviously going to bring in Suffocating Fumes. And I think that'll do it. Those big dudes I can shoot off. I'm going to get rid of 2 Echoing Returns. I like this. You know what? The Scorpions, I could probably lose 1 or 2 of these. But for what? Maybe 1 Lifestaff, just in case this thing goes long. We need a little staying power. Propaganda. That was Tuesday Classic. Oh, I crashed burn pretty good there. I really want to start playing LGS on Tuesdays. I was playing this, and I just ran into bad matchups, bad draws, etc. I'm glad to play Pauper when we're firing out. Yeah, and Pauper Classic Tuesdays, of course, it starts on a week where I do bad, but it's there's this new, I think ESO 4455, I think is his name. He's hosting a like Pauper, like kind of, what do you call it, like a championship in October, and so every win and your record matters up from now till October. The problem is I'm going to participate loosely because I just happen to play, and I always use that as just kind of a fun little brew fest, I just kind of chill out. But it's at the exact same Saturday as like that big Halloween party I always go to, so I won't be in town even if I am the front runner or whatnot. So I always use Pauper Classic Tuesdays about, I'd say 3 out of 4 times. I'm just trying something new or just kind of sitting back like Shiraz with a beer and just having a good time chatting with people and stuff. I'm not sitting there being all like alpha spike and stuff. But all right, well, we definitely have a good draw here. Let's do that. Every single time I forget to bring in a napkin, I get that little coffee mist up my nose with the heat and stuff, and I have to keep wiping my nose, so apologies for that. I'm pretty impressed with Kamigawa so far. Blue's just killing it. Big surprise. It's like, yeah, let's have 2 Ninja the Deep Hours. That makes a lot of sense. If you guys have seen the spoiler, you know what I'm talking about. Alrighty, there's that. We need a sack outlet, and quick. Now they're stuck on 1 land, eh? Hit for 2, get 2. I don't want to waste those that quickly. Stir it up a little. All right, let's get our boys online, and then we can afford to get a little reckless with these Suffocating Fumes. I at least want a 2-for-1 out of these, but that's just going to pull even on life here, but at least put a decent clock on them. Looks like isn't this funny? I'm sure they're running around 20 lands, being 3 colors. We're on 1, we got 15, and look, we got 3 lands again. It's crazy. Thank you for that, Nim Chimpskey. Yeah. Should have hit you up earlier. I'm doing it the old school way. I looked at Scryfall and I did that, and for me, I did it, and I thought to myself, oh, Nim be proud of me. I figured this out. But it just showed a bunch of lands and like 1 or 2 red cards, and I'm like, oh, maybe they're not up to date. I don't know what's going on here. Hiya! Attack. So if you look closely, if they do have a Suffocating Fumes of their own, they'll be taking 5 damage and giving me a creature. I'll sit back on that. Pretty big telegraph. This is like Black's version of Prismatic Strands math when you got 3 up, right? Come on, sucker. Drop the lady. All right. We're going to rock like this. Not even going to attack. Wow. Okay. We'll cast it. Beetle. With sound effects. Oh, I think everybody's on that train. Spike Pack TV. Yeah, I've got the old hello. Oh, let's go. Oh yeah, player. I almost click on myself when I'm clicking on the mana. That would have been funny. Like, oh crap. All right, here we go. Attack. Yeah. Ran into a few new players this week, and of all decks, the Black Sack, not this list, but the original Black Sack with the Crypt Rats and stuff. That's what got him kind of into Pauper Online, and pretty cheap entry fee. And this one dude was like, "Yeah, I won my." Didn't win. I think he got a 4-1 or something. And I was like, "Good for you. That's awesome." Especially now that a Tog's gone. I know I mentioned that last week. That's kind of one of the saving graces, right? Is you don't have to worry about that fling of Tog, because back in the day, about the only way to get around that was to just get really lucky with duress or ostracize effect and such like. So interesting times indeed. All right. Well, this person's just going to hate us. We just, unlike last turn, this game, I think we got it, but hey, where have you heard that before, right? I'm going to do it now. Let's go. Cast it. How many more you got, baby? Woo! Alrighty. Yeah, where's our demon and our Carrion Feeder and our Beetle? We don't really have any sack outlets, but it seems like we got just enough tools to kind of keep this dude at bay, at least for a bit. Alrighty. The Trespasser's Curse. Love that card. Any go wide strategies? Nightmare. Anybody know if there's any shrines in Pauper? Hey, there's something good. Well, we might as well do it now. Things are going to start dying. Dying and frying. Woo. Remember there were Hondens and Extended long ago. Made like a shrine list, but I can't quite remember if that was there were any commons that did that. So, I am getting quickly to the point on my Magic Online that I might have to just kind of gut my deck lists. I think I've got over 1,500 lists or something. It's obscene. But yet, a lot of times I'll use them for templates and stuff. And oh, there's the shrine. That's right. Yeah, I know there's that new Hunt for a Shrine thing, but I don't think it's playable. Oh yeah, the Goblin Shrine. How did I forget that? And what about Goblin Caves a shrine? Oh, that's like the Tech City. This is when you I know I've said this many times before, but man, when you got lethal on the board, if your stuff dies, it's such a fun place to be. These strategies can really get out of hand if you can't keep them in check with cards like Suffocating Fumes and such. So. Luminous Phantom. Stacks going all over the place. Let's keep it right about there. Get that one off to the side. And apologies for last week's show. OBS just kind of crapped out. I don't know what it was. I was watching the replay and it just kind of ended. Definitely one of our sloppier shows. We're done doing everything except attacking. I can't block 4 of these, which is almost everything. Feels like we got it. All right, we're pulled even. Let's see what we can do. Game 3. They were a little stultified on their mana there. We've had 2 games in a row with 3 lands there. Useless, useless, useless. Yeah, I think we're good right where we're at. 2 curses really showed up nicely. Or not 2, but 2 Suffocating Fumes. Felt pretty good. Pretty good. Woo! Ugh. All right. I'm in the same place that I edit all week, so I might have to change that up. It starts feeling like work. I gotta do something about it, right? So that's why we love this Shambling Ghast so much, because this is kind of like 2 lands. Since we've got a sack outlet, we could do something with it. So we'll keep. Really like if we had a little ping dude. I mean, we've got the Ghast for early life dude, but as it sits now, I'll probably use it for mana. Who knows? Good. All right, we don't even need to now. I'm going to bleed off with the Beetle here. If nothing else develops, I believe we'll probably drop Ghast Carrions, sacrifice for a life dude, and start getting the huge Beetle train going. Feeling good, feeling good. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Appreciate it as always. I'm still writing the Glint Hawk security commercial. Not quite sure where to roll with that one quite yet. All right, let's do this. We'll do that while we can. Let's get rid of the life dude while we can. I'm sure there's another 3 or 4 in their hand, but sacrifice creature. This one, please. All right, let's click nice and slowly. We'll go -1 on you, please. Adjust. Always yes, always yield. Always yield. And attack. Maybe that Beetle will get big enough that they have to start using their little bodies to get around it, so. Oh, Aravona, yeah, that's a good point with that black creature. What was the one? Well, I tell you, green just sucks so far. At least from what I've seen. I don't know if I've seen this full spoiler. Is the full spoiler out? I couldn't quite get an affirmative on that. I think we've got some mechanic show, like, you know, how the mechanics of Kamigawa work for some of our commercial breaks today. So if you feel uneducated, this is the place. We shall be your teachers. I guess I should be paying attention to what they're drawing, right? Pulse goes down, and they get the Veteran. Interesting. Given that has a Disturb, I might have thrown that out Boros Bully style, right? Hiya! Here we go. Let's go crazy while we can. I haven't seen much removal on their end. They're going to gain some life here, but I'd rather get these guys really, really, really large right now when they're only gaining 1 life. So this Nested Shambler and company are pretty nasty. Check this out. We're about to hit for a lot. And this is where this deck has a little bit more punching power than my list. My list relies on like holding board state, black sack. This one is just obscene with, you know, you can get like 8/8s and stuff like that, as you'll soon see, hopefully. Always yield. He's going to gain 2 life, but then be put to a really big test here. As we sacrifice this, we go like this. Stack abilities automatically. Software, why don't you just do that? Sacrifice. I could be gaining life, but I really want to put it to them immediately. See if they've got any journey effects. These kind of strategies, a lot of times they just go so all in with kind of the theory, that they eschew the removal package. So okay, life train on board. 12 damage coming through. Somebody's got prismatic strands. That sucks. It's so obvious. Oh, maybe it isn't. What is this new devilry? Oh, the unicorn. Most impressive. Well, I wish we had that Perilous Myr down. I could have popped it in response. Darn it. Ooh, what's this? Of course. As always is the way, right? We'll do here. And I think that sucks. We'll sacrifice this to this. We'll shoot this. Now our boys get a wee bit bigger. So we attack for 14 crunch. The Reverend. That Celestial Unicorn, man, you need shades to look at that card. It's like, oh. Brightness. Woo. Grunch. All right. Well, this is just going to be cannon fodder. Maybe they got an edict effect. Menace. I always forget that, man. So many times. I think that's probably my biggest overall screw up over and over again throughout history is when something has menace, you always throw one thing in front of it, or you're like, oh, I got a blocker. It's like, ah, dang it. How many times do I got to relearn what that word means? Don't gain life. Damn it. All right. We still got an 8/8. Just don't gain any more life. Don't have it. Don't have it. Come on, do we got it? Let's go. One card in hand. Oh, okay, cool. We'll block here. And then I'll sacrifice it in response. Clicking nice and slow. 4/4 is just kind of irrelevant right now. I'd rather have 8/8s and not take 7. Boom, boom, boom. We'll leave a little mystery card in our hand here. All right, that's enough of you. Clear. Quiet. We might as well hit this up pretty largely. Attack. Crunch. What shall he do? Ooh, they must have a land or something irrelevant in their hand here. We're representing a tragic slip. Oh, what's that new black card? You're already dead. Now, normally that kind of like white style combat damage, kill a creature stuff, I don't like. But man, for 1 black and it draws a card, yes, please. And there's that new upgrade to Costly Plunder. What was it? Reckoner's Bargain. Oh my God, what a card. Black Sack, we've just been talking about it. I've always said, like, you know, that's the worst of the draw 2 cards in the list. And now it's like, oh, now you gain life. And then there's that new black removal that could really help with Devotion in Gary style decks that I was pretty impressed by, but we'll see. Leaves the battlefield. I better read this card. Leaves the battlefield. You gain a life. That will suck. Except will both trigger. Nice, Arvona. Yeah, that'd be cool. Boy, you know, we've got 15 lands. Am I going to be able to survive? I think so. They got a double block. I don't believe that trigger happens like that. So we can always sacrifice our Beetle if we get to that point. Crunch. And again, a life. It does go on the stack. Duh. Thanks to all you supporting the show and stuff over the last couple years. I actually got a tax document from Amazon Prime. I was like, what? That was pretty interesting. Imagine that. I appreciate it. You know, we got all kinds of Captain Vlad Tepes last week. I think he subbed for like 12 months. Vastly appreciated. Any subs out there? Mtmentat always filling me up with coffees. All of that support for the show and just kind of keep me doing what I'm doing. One problem with being so damn busy with my career here is I'm not complaining. It's nice to have a very steady gig. But, you know, when I'm done, it's like there's 2 things that happen. My hands sore because I've been clicking so much. So what do I not want to do? Well, I still play Magic, but a lot of times I play it left-handed. And, you know, it's just a curious spot to be. It's and then I obviously one of the last things I want to do after like 8 or 9 hours of editing is to go edit something. So there's benefits to being unemployed, I tell you. Yikes. Well, he has to block. I don't. This is a, let me double check what this is. That's a 9/9 or 8/8. Yeah, we just attack for both here and we win, right? Yeah. Attack. I almost punted there. I was like, oh, I better have enough back to do this. It's like, you don't need to. I know, isn't that something, Hexxen Rouge? I swear there's something to that in the universe. Like, you know, you sit there and you go, here's a little bit of this, and then you just draw all of it. And yet, you know, you sit there and you build a retrace list with all kinds of lands in it and stuff, and it just drives me nuts. It's like, I put extra lands in it, and how many hundreds of times now that have we seen this, right? Where I put in extra lands, and that's when we get screwed. We take out some, like in this case, and we get flooded. Very strange. Yes, I would be so nervous taking a 15 land list into anything, but the curve is super low. We'll keep. As you can see here, the last thing we want is another land. We could not draw a land for the rest of the game here, and we'll be fine. Cooper the Red, hogging the spots here. He played him last week. All right, let's bring out the Beetle. It's because it benefits the most from that second turn Carrion Feeder with the Nested Shambler play. Deluxe. Thank you for that. Oh, yeah. Highlight my message in a match. Why are you smiling? Because I know something you don't know. I am not left-handed. Yes, for sure. Not too many people use that highlight mode. That's nice to see. Boy, that really grabs your attention. I can see why it's a feature. One of these years, you guys are going to sideboard for me. In our little pauper points, if you look into it, you can spill them out, and then I have to do what you tell me when we're sideboarding. Here come the lands, folks. Good grief. I don't know what's going on here. But this is a, you know, kind of keep your ego in check, right? You know, if you make a list like Black Sack and then you see something like this, you're like, oh, I just want it. And it's like, you know what? Check your ego at the door and play this list. And I'm glad I did, because I've learned a few things and seen some iterations. Like my very first hunch was like, I don't like that Nested Shambler. And then obviously when turns like this happen, you're like, wait a minute, I really like it. Little 2-for-1 effect there. Good times. Yeah, I guess we'll save that for the next attack. Although I don't know why. Oh, Spensko now in chat was Deluxe's last opponent. Hey! Yeah, I almost punted against you because I was like, oh man, I don't want to die next turn. And I'm looking at the life going, wait, he's hellbent. There's no strands in the yard. Just attack. Sometimes I can get too diarrhea of the mouth here and try to wear too many hats. And oh, slivers. Interesting. All right, let's top deck a Perilous Myr now. Well, that'll help. Let me bring out another Shambler. I might have enough staying power against this, especially with air power showing up now. Let's attack. I'm just going to go crazy here. Hiya! Whatever you block, it won't work. Scoop up a deep, I am a jerk. Sacrifice a creature. Whoosh. We get huge. Yes, master. Whoosh. Uh-oh. Okay, slow down. Sacrifice a creature. This one, please. And here we go. Sacrifice a creature. Yes, master. Crunch. Let's see Black Sack do that, right? Maybe a hybrid is possible. And by maybe, I mean, of course it is. Yeah. So many ways to build with black. Don't get stultified in your thinking, folks. Take that, slivers. We got beetle slivers. That doesn't even make sense. I don't need a bathroom break. What I need is to wipe my nose. Ah. All right. Other side of the shirt theory. It's clean as long as you don't see, right? All right. Need more chittering rats. You fools. I got that good air power now. They're going to have to do kind of a multi-block here, if my math is correct. Ooh, thank you so much. This is so nice to find. Crunch. Sacrifice. Oh, man, that was brutal. Woo. All right, slivers. Yeah. Let's see what else I can go up against. So, yeah, if you like Black Sack style lists, but you like to finish the game a little bit quicker, this is for you. Well, these Suffocating Fumes are useless. I'm not a fan of... My son loves this card. I do too, but I like it with mana. I usually take that out and returns a lot of times. I just don't enjoy seeing this card. I think this game's going to go too fast to even have any in this list. The Awakener, it does draw a card. That's cool. Scorpion, all these are like nice little chump block moves, so I'm going to keep those in. But we're going to lean on our Edict effects here. I want to bring in all of them. And what shall we lose? I'm going to lose one Awakener. And we'll submit here. Pretty cool. Oh, sniping. Yeah, no. That'd be pretty sad in a game that doesn't really matter, right? You'd have to really be hungry to win. Here we go again. If you're just joining us, this list only has 15 lands, people, and we have been flooded every game. Let's throw that to the peanut gallery, right? We'll keep. And, with double Carrion Feeder. Yeah, that's got to go. We'll lead off with that Ghast and see what's up. All right. Boom, boom. At least discourage an attack. Hey, the propaganda. Wouldn't disrespect him like that. Oh, thank you for that, Svenko. I'm sorry, I'm butchering your name. SP Vensko, I believe is how you say. And here we go. All right. I can still kill it. It's always something I've looked into is not infect, but just poisonous. Like maybe eventually there'll be some awesome deck where it's like, screw infect, play a poison deck. It's like, wait a minute. We're talking about the same thing. Maybe there'll be enough cards. Hey, look at that. Another land. Yeah, I really needed that. Oh, should I attack? I think I should. No, it's a better blocker. Dang it. I want these bone pickers online quickly. I guess I can only do one here. Oh, no, I can do double feeder. What am I talking about? I mean, I'll attack anyway, in case they want to really go crazy, but it's a really bad block move here. But we'll get the second mana and have 6 power in the air, so that'll be pretty cool. Boom, 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 boom. Why do I need such a long name? Good to see you, my friend. Speaking in all caps, I love it. If you're just joining Propaganda in the early days of Propaganda, it's a little ignorant of internet culture, and I thought that would mean, hey, we're all excited to be here, so let's all cap up to show our love of the format. But people are like, why are you yelling at me? I want to go hide under a rock with my feelings. All right, let's sacrifice this. We will make a token, and we'll make this dude big and awesome, and everyone will be afraid of him. I tell you, if Vampire Nighthawk was downgraded in Pauper, I still would play Bone Picker over it for moves like that. It's just obscene to get a 3/2 flyer with Death Touch for 1 mana. Ugh. Another card of yonder lore that I've thought about playing in this list is Kildorian Dead. Another sack outlet, 3/1, regenerate, but you don't really have the mana to keep back to regenerate it. But this game, or these games sure haven't shown that, have they? Kildorian Dead. You know, we don't have enough staying power here, so I'm going to double block. We've got 2 dead cards in our hand, 3 kind of. 6 is, you know, I'm going to do it. Bite the bullet. They won't see that coming, will they? Crunch. And now our game's a little more even. I swear, what is going on? That's a third of our lands in the first 10 cards. I'm just going to get in the damage here. Can't do much else with it. Crunch. That's it. Back and black. Sack. Sort of. It'd be funny if the song just like, you know, just does that right when you guys all fired up. Back in black. It's a black sack. Wait a minute. Bring down the speakers. Yeah, we're still going to lose. haven't played Slivers in forever on the stream. Maybe that's due. 5-color Slivers. You know what? Slivers, everybody hunts those lords for obvious reasons. If you could work in on Earth, that would be pretty cool. Last week's list with all the craziness, right? What do we got here? We got a 3/3. Let's see if they want to block. And then when you got Village Rites in your hand, they're like, what is this guy? Free 3 damage. Woo! How much you want to bet that we're going to draw a Swamp with one of these? I mean, we've lost this game. This is 12 on the board. Let's do this. We got no plays. It's not worth a 3. All right. Hey, that's pretty cool. We'll rock like this. We'll at least get rid of one Lord. Chunk. Jitterrat's Poison. Yeah, we were talking Rune Stalactite last week, remember? That was so many cards. So much fun. Just got slapped by 2-0 and Bant Sliver. Anybody try out last week's list? Sleeve it up. Give it a go. Telling you what, that thing usually does quite a bit nicer job than it did last week, but we still did all right with it. But get those explosive reckless charge starts with an unblockable blighted agent. Oh, that's so fun. Well, 4/4 demons, not going to be too scary, and about one more drop from our opponent here. Well, that's a good play here. We've at least got some options. Bloop. As we will attack. Boom, 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 boom. I built mono blue similar to the list Sapphire was playing a couple weeks ago. Oh, nice. Yeah, I can't wait for that. That's going to be fun. Are we just dead next turn? Yeah, we're dead if I do this trick. But we haven't played a land yet. We're dead anyway, so I'm just going to do this to have fun. Boop. I sure wish this didn't come into play tapped. And we might stand a chance. That's still pretty... Come on, Scorpion. All right. That kind of sucks. We draw a card that we really want to keep alive, right? Crunch. Boop, boop, boom. Just to stay alive. One Lord or any sort of tricks, we're dead. I mean, we're dead either way, right? They are at 8. We got them to single digits. Feeling pretty good. Yeah, it's funny, like with Gush and with Foil, what you're talking about there, Arvona. All right, that's game. Let's go to game 3. It's fun to look at cards that seem like they have a true drawback. I mean, most classic example would be like Core Skyfisher, you know. Who wants to return? It's like, look what that's yielded, right? Build into it. A lot of fun. I really didn't like seeing this this dude. Sacrifice creature. You know, the Lampad, with all the mana we're buying up right now, I'm going to bring in one of them. Just one, though. I don't know about this. They don't build that far out. We are blocking a lot, and a lot of things are dying, so... I don't like this Awakener in this matchup just because the ground gets so flooded. In fact, I'm going to just take all of them out. I'll bring in another Lampad. Now watch, we bring in the Lampad, the only mana engine in the game, right? Now we'll get screwed. Carrion Feeder cannot block. I know, but it's also one of the only ways I can finish him off as per game 1 with the 6/6s on the board on like turn 4. Yes. Okay, here we go. We'll keep. We don't really have a sec outlet, though. This feels good, but it's like, oh no, where's my beetle? Yeah, propaganda. I'm currently in MD because my wife travel nurse, and we're about to be in Washington March 7th. I'm from Wisconsin, so is there a pauper scene on the West Coast? Oh yeah, man, especially being Washington. Yeah, there's the Mox boarding house. Definitely, that's where I competed in that one. I got second, flew all the way up there, and everybody was playing Boros Boli. It was, gosh, right before the pandemic, I think. Okay, yep, let's go. All right. Let me lead off with the beetle. That verdict's going to at least trigger him. I mean, kind of want to use it on a lord, but slivers can get out of hand so fast. I don't like that card. Come on, Carrion Feeder. Yes! Thank you for listening, list. I take back everything I said that was mean. Now we can save that for something that matters. Pow. Also, Shiraz, Carrion Feeder's just kind of, even if it never attacked, it's just such a necessary outlet to do stuff like that. Otherwise, you have to lean on only 4 cards in Village Rites, and especially now that we took out the Awakener, which can trip a creature too. So, yes, but SP Vensko, I believe I've had that same thought too. The Feeder and the Beetle, you look at it and you're like, oh, that's cute, and then you see it with Nested Shambler on like turn 3, you're like, holy crap! It's like I've got some Jazam de Jins on the board, or however you say that. I shouldn't even have attempted it. The clean 1-2 punch. That's right. Here we go, baby. All right, that's enough lands. Man, this is playing gorgeously today. So here's the deal, guys. Except for the mana flood, this is kind of the MO of my Twitch outings for like literally about 9 months now, where it's like it'll play like this all week. Smashing fools, smashing fools. No offense, Cooper the Red. And then when I stream it's just like no lands, triple mulligan, horrible matchup, game 1, start off losing. It just, drives me nuts. And we'll sacrifice again. Get these guys huge so that when he does have a Lord come out, we'll do that. And then even the sacrifice mechanic that Haste BR has worked into the list, where this still feeds this engine, so they have to sacrifice and then boom, and then the bone pickers. So, yeah. Good times. So much mana. And if you look closely, we'll get rid of the Lord. We'll attack for lethal. We'll kind of have it either way. But this is cool because he has to sacrifice, which triggers the Beetle. Crunch. I think revenge from last week. I think Cooper beat us last week. Maybe we beat him. I don't know. We'll see. More ninjas, more colors. All right. Hey, guys, I'm going to go get some more coffee. Not that I need it. And we're going to check out this Neon Dynasty? Destiny? I think it's Dynasty. I'll be back in just a few. Right after this.
If modern Kamigawa has a message, it may be this. You can always be more than what you are. You may just need the right modifications. Let's take a first look at the mechanics of Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. Sprinkled throughout the set are cards that care about modified creatures you control. For example, Aki Emberkeeper creates spirits whenever a non-token modified creature you control dies. But what is a modified creature? Well, to answer that, we first need a creature. I have chosen Imperial Subduer, for reasons known only to the Emperor and myself. There are 3 ways for a creature you control to be modified. 1. If a creature you control is equipped, 1 Ancestral Katana for you, it's modified. 2. If a creature you control is enchanted by an aura you control, 1 Aki Warpaint for you, it's modified. Note, your opponent putting auras they control on your creatures does not make them modified. 3. If a creature you control has counters on it, here's some +1/+1 counters. Don't ask where I got them, it's not important. It's modified. Note, it doesn't matter what kind of counters they are, it also doesn't matter who put them on the creature. Different abilities will interact with modified creatures you control in different ways. For example, Lethal Exploit counts them to determine just how lethal it is. Modifications by their nature tend to make your creatures better, and these cards just pile on the benefits.
They know how to hypnotize a rooster. Ready? So you hold him like this. Watch Tooster's body. Watch this. Watch his body. Oh my gosh. Watch. He's totally fixated on the line. Watch. He's asleep. This is just like when they're roosting. How long will he stay like that?
A few minutes. Sometimes they'll stand up and stare at it and then lay down on the
If we erase the line, will he wake up?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
Is he gonna peck me? Oh my gosh, if you erase the...
Why do we age pauper brews twice as long as the guilds require?
Because what's a couple more turns when you have 5 generations looking over your shoulder? Don't even think about it.
Available at Moros's Market. Man, I gotta find the real Moros's Market. If I ever win the lottery or something, maybe I'll turn all of my fake commercials into actual real things. 3 mana again. What is going on? Good games to you, Cooper the Red, Ultra Volcarine in the house. Why do I need such a long name with the rooster knowledge? Yeah, we'll keep this. I've seen better. We at least got some Village Rites looking at us, right? All right. Hey, there's a Vigil showing up. I think I'll lead off with the Shambler. If he wants to kill it, we at least get something for the exchange. Now my nose is fine after I go grab a tissue. I think my nose and our mana base are in cahoots. Ooh, Horror of the Broken Lands. I love that look of that demon. That thing is just sinister. Just like get out of your tent, camping in the desert. You like peek out, you see that thing just glaring at you. It's like, uh-oh. Brutal. It's funny when they mix in beauty into black magic, you know, with this. Crazy. Ooh, Cram Session. Orange Mitten. You got him to think for a lot of pauper goods. Call to the Netherworld. Return a black creature. What's going on? He's doing all kinds of cute stuff. See if we can kill him before. We need our beetles and such to show up. Oh, we don't really like this, do we? Yeah. I'm playing it as is, and there's a reason because of that card. So hold the phone. Let's attack here. I'm going to kill this just because I want to try to get a Bone Picker online here. Then we'll still get a 1-1 out of the deal. Hiya! Let's do that. Cycle Storm. Yeah, we better do something quick. Not that. Well, I'll do this next turn again. This is when we need those 4/4s a lot quicker, right? Ta-da! Mono Black Madness. I respect any monocolored strategy. They need to start making more powerful cards that have double cost, triple costs in the effects. Doing lots of stuff. I wish we could be smacking for like 4 or 5 a turn here. Good lordy, enough of these Shamblers. We will attack. That's enough mana too. Every game we've had 3 or 4 mana. This is nuts. Not that it never happens, but this is pretty crazy. I shouldn't even be surprised at this point. Like we could play elves with like 3 mana in it next week, and I think Magic Online will somehow make us flooded. Boy, this doesn't want to help us out very much, does it? Now we've got a nice play with the Nested Shamblers down there. We can Echo Ring return 3 of them back. That'll be pretty fun, right? We'll look forward to that move happening soon. In the meantime, I think we'll do this just in case some little 1/1 shows up. I've got Fire Blast on the board. Ooh. It is Nim Chimpskey, I tell you. I know a lot of people too. I know there's been some investigations of the mathematically persuaded people that kind of look into like how these things, and they claim it's random and stuff. And I know there's been way back, like around like 2010 and such. I know there was quite a few articles being written about that, and kind of like almost that like shut up and prove it sort of thing to wizards. All right, we'll bring out the Vigil, pay our dues here. I'm just going to do that move just to show you guys it can be done, and that, you know, I've been bad-mouthing Echoing Return, but here's a scenario where it's really going to work well. At least I think so. Madness! Down it goes. Crunch. Depending what he does here, I'll still be able to deal with it. What do you got, mister? All right. Crunch. I'll do that. We'll sacrifice this to do that. And, you know what? Seeing that we just saw that, I'll bring that out. Let's do this. It's another imp. Thought you saw the end of Squirrels, didn't you? Oh, Chatterstorm days. I'd be lying if I told you I know what Orange Mitten's up to. I mean, I can deduce as well as any of you can, but I haven't seen this in action is what my point is. Woo! Oh man, we're only at an hour and we're on our third game. I'm always promising these fast shows, and this is a case where it happens. All right. There's something needed, right? How cool is this? Let's bring this out just for a little extra insurance policy. They probably got yet another dude behind that. Let's attack. Boom. Yeah. Alrighty. We'll do the same thing here. Oopsie. Nope. Boop. Pay one. We'll sacrifice this. I'll put it on this. What is this new devilry? Oh. Well, back at ya. Nice job. And this dude, which isn't that great. And man, it'd be pretty cool to fill up our hand, wouldn't it? Let's wait for the big show. We'll really try to wait. Man, it'd be so cool. We top deck a Beetle and Carrion Feeder, and then just Echoing Return. Just, you know, as powerful as we've all been kind of impressed with that little interaction, goes from cute to like, wow, this has got some staying power. Echoing Return might be pretty deluxe, but maybe one or two. I don't know about having three, but there was a language barrier when I asked HBR about that decision, and he said, removal happens. And I'm like, you don't have to tell me. In fact, just last night, I went to the local store here and got extra, you know, I don't mind seeing the extra land now. Got extra, I know he's going to throw the imp in front of the Scorpion. The Bone Picker, that's fine. Got extra Apostles' Blessings. I have so many decks, and I want to protect your investment. And I always need Apostles' Blessing. Fits in every deck. Same with Mutagenic Growth. I just love that stuff. Captain Vlad Tepes, my prime supporter. Thank you so much for last week's huge bump. Mentioned it at the top of the show. All right. Well, we'll just let that go. And just to do the big move, just because it'll be fun, and this is the first time I've played this list, I don't know, 30, 40 times, I think. I've never Echoing Returned for 4. This is going to be sweet. We'll pay 1. Start eating some life here. Let's yield. Ready? Drum roll. Ooh, it'd be cool to get back Bone Picker, huh? Nah. Let's just do this to do it. Crunch. Ancestral Recall Plus. Oh, never mind. Just 1. I thought we had 4 in there. Somebody can't count. I still got a hangover from last week, I guess, right? That. Lampad's doing some work. The amount of pleasure in that crunch. I love the way blood tokens look. Woo, Alms of the Vine. Those cards, man, they go from cute to just terrifying pretty quickly. I think if there's anything Chid 3 taught us in the last 2 or 3 years with his Black Rover list that started making waves and kind of led to me looking to build new black creations and start, even when a Tog was around, the little catalysts of creativity like that. It's just why it's such a bummer that some of my favorite creators, it's like my son was noticing that. He's like, you know, you brag about and give chid 3 all these props and stuff, and then he stops making videos. And then I did it with Spell Slam, and I think he slowed down or stopped making videos. I'm just like, God dang it, what's the deal here? We give you a bump, and then you just go away? It's not supposed to work like that. Going wide. Oh, no! Ah! This is horrible. At least we'll have 3 creatures. If no, Orange Mitten will know the trick. He'll do it upright. But they'll take 2, 3. This is going to be bloody. And look at Orange Mitten. I know he's doing that on purpose. Notice what border that rat is. The only card in this deck that's white bordered. What a jerk. I say that with love. I know, right, Cooper? We've mentioned you and others before. I don't mean it as a clean sweep, but my goodness. It's just like, all right, let's do here. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you shouldn't overextend. And why I still think this list, you know, if you add 2 lands to this list, it'll probably start getting screwed more often. Think about that. No kidding, Arvona. Crypt Rats used to be pretty expensive, and the reprint sure helped out with that, but I was cleaning up my pauper list just yesterday, and actually had kind of a slow day in the middle of the day at work, and so, but I got to wait to hear like the little Slack go, you know, and let you know somebody's looking for you. And so I was just sorting my cards and stuff, and yeah, I threw out a few more white bordered. Speaking of which, we still got 2 to burn. I don't even have that queued up anymore. I think it's been months since we've sacrificed one of the cards, but I still got the matches and everything ready if anybody sits. 10 ticks each, and I got mine. Yeah, Cooper the Red. Gosh, I think they're pennies now. Maybe like, well, I'd just be guessing. I like Rotting Rats. Especially good with the engine we're playing and the sacrifice abilities. That's why I was thinking of that Woo Rats comment earlier, where I was like, man, maybe you take out that demon, because in reality, you know, it draws a card, but it's 3 mana in a deck that doesn't want many. I know it's kind of a newer card and stuff. It's one of the only demons in Pauper you can play, but alrighty, I think Orange Mitten's got our number here, also known as Pauper Tim in the chat for the weary-minded. This is a pretty cool list, Orange Mitten. I like it. Yet another way to build with black, right? Pretty cool lands, in my opinion. Old Invasion. And here we go. He's probably laughing because he's been hearing me bitch about being flooded with. We're still not halfway through our deck. We have, I believe, what's that, 7? Yeah, that's, round up, that's half of our land in the first 20. The Imp, the Imp, the Imp is on fire. Cool little list, man. I shouldn't be surprised. Orange Mitten's always bringing it. I think we should, you guys want to do the Kamigawa little discussion at the end of the show, or that'd probably work best. I like that new little red monkey card. It's pretty cool. Like, sits on the dude's shoulder. I like how he's kind of like looking at him like, hey, what's up? Well, we're going to lose this one. What would we call this? Graveyard. Graveyard black. And land. Oh, hey, check that out. Well, that's something, right? And I wish... These aren't the best cards, are they? Nested Shambler. We're still going to take 4 in the air. So, I mean, we would have to... Technically, right now, just to stay alive, we've got to pick Bone Picker. And then hard cast it. And we still lose. I'll probably just be able to do something about that. Playing to my outs. Not that Bone Picker can hit for 11 plus, but that's a lot of card. He'll just get it back. Hey, we should play with these. What's that card that keeps doing that? Blood Fountain, yeah. And we still dead. I don't know why I thought that would save me. Maths. All right, here we go. We don't have really anything to do with the graveyard other than our Rotten Reunion, which might be pretty fun and relevant. I'm going to lose a Vigil. I'm going to lose a Return, a Return, a Return, a Vigil. Noticing a theme here. Got 2 more spots. They don't have any life gain, and there's quite a few shenanigans of coming backwards and forwards from the graveyard. I'm not sure if Trespasser's Curse would be worth it. What does the chat think? These obviously no. All right. And Chimpskey votes Curse. We'll go Curse. I think I'm going to lose 1 Scorpion. Lose 2 Scorpions for 2 verdicts, just for the little surprise blockages. Yeah! As much as I love that Scorpion, sometimes that effect just doesn't seem as good as just being able to ping stuff. So there's that. All right. Well, that's a very fair hand. We'll keep this. One of the problems with last hand too is we had that just anemic start. That was horrible. Very, very slow beginnings. Where's our Carrion Feeder? Yeah, I started brewing another modern list, and there was that there's a little 1-drop red card in modern, like Flamekin or something. It lets you go look for an elemental, and so I go grab it's like playing with 8 Kiln Fiends. It's pretty powerful stuff. All right, we'll do this next few turns. We still have kind of a slow start here. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a mono black list abuse Carrion Feeder like this one does. It's very impressive. First Sphere Gargantua. Such a cool card. Heyo. What to do? Well, we're going to turn it into a demon script. Yeah. Dun. Hiya. Bone crunch sound effects. Turn it into a demon. Roar. Hey, there's one of our friends. Now, it would be good to draw another land, right? We can verdict something in response. Drop 2 bone pickers. It's not that these aren't that great against a kitchen deck. They just trade. Alrighty. Let's just attack here first. See if they've got the imp. There's the imp. We'll get a bone picker out of the deal. We won't get our dude down. We'll do that. I could have got a trigger off of that. I'd rather have a 3-2 in the air, though. I'll do some fun stuff next turn, I promise. 5. You know, right when I badmouth the demon, this happens. Feels pretty good. Crunch. Oh, shoot. Misclick. Whole reason we did that was to drop a bone picker. What a dummy. Oh, well. At least I did my own face palm, right? With sound effect. Natural. It's funny, this strange change has come over me, not speaking like a werewolf or anything, but with dexterity, I'm so used to Mac, and when you edit, you use your left hand like a guitarist almost. You almost never use your mouse hand very much other than just pointing and stuff. And I've switched over to PC for work, and it's strange because I went back to my Mac, and I was right at that 50-50 where I'm like, oh, both feel kind of like I'm like ambidextrous with PC and Mac now with the keyboard functions. And those slight pauses. Man, I almost want to just shoot this at ourselves. Way this is going down. Let's just pay our dues with some beetles and the curse, and then I'll he's tapped out, so let's throw this on here and then attack. Next turn we'll have some fun. We'll at least be able to get one bone picker out. Man, so much. That was a big mistake, especially against a great player like Orange Mitten or Pauper Tim. Haven't lost yet. Hopefully this isn't the time we do, but happy to lose to. Guys, hear me always talking about him being one of the founders of Pauper. It's no exaggeration. Orange Mitten was very responsible for this coming to Magic Online and such, so a lot of history there. So drop him a thank you if you see him online. The Orange Mitten. Also known as Pauper Tim for us Pauperganites. Yeah, I haven't used that word in a while. I don't want to really diss Haste BR's name of the list, but I also, I want it to be a little catchy. I was thinking of just calling it Demons. Maybe? I don't know. Whatever. Come on, Crypt Rats, why you got to be like that? Let's go. Ooh. Very nice. Let me get rid of Rotting Rats real quick. And I will leave it there for the flashback ability. Attack. I like our hand too much to have Rotting Rats pull something there, so. Mtmentat. Pauper Tim with this deck recently. It's pretty sweet. Yeah, he clobbered us game one, but we didn't have much firepower, that's for sure. We beat Slivers and the green-white life gain deck in round one. And if you're joining us late, Mtmentat, the theme of today is funny because we're playing a 15-land list that Haste BR placed with pretty good in the Pauper Classic Tuesday about 2 weeks ago. Really liked it and playing it as is. And anyway, we've been getting flooded all day. It's crazy. All right, what's he targeting? Let's bring up our little thing here. Show the game log. Whoosh. Game log. Let's wait for the target. Targeting Crypt Rats. No. The reunion will have something to say about that, unless he's got another something to say about that. Guess who's back? Back again. Rotting's back. On the mend. I'll leave it up to Eminem. Good song. What's this? Oh, there it is. Crunch. I don't even think these can block, can they? I know if they attack, they're dead. Can't block. Yep, says right there. Crunch. Looks like we're going to game 3. Backstreet Zombies. I love it. Gotta exemplify the demon angle, right? All right, here we go. Attack. Yeah, we're going to game 3. Prevent all combat damage. Darkness. That's awesome. I wish these died on my second main. I love this card. Yes. Even better. Crunch. Crunch. Why not? Let's go. There's a lot of reasons why not. Putting the pressure on. You know, it shows you how rare that is for an old schooler to be doing the two-headed giant avatar that Orange Mitten's sporting here. That's like, I don't even know if that's still available, is it? When you go to the options, it's got to be, I guess. But and when they first started debuting those new avatars, everybody, nice little way to put a little swag on your your game or customize things a little bit. Remember when you used to be able to pick the backgrounds? It was like they had, I always used the poker table green, but used to have all these gaudy and just very tawdry looking backgrounds that were just, you know, all these mana effects and such a loud board. So I feel that way with playmats. That's why I've designed the propaganda playmats to be just so focused. Like, you know, there's a border. It's like I'm playing this game, and there's nothing that's screaming like, look at me. Maybe the third one with that little color wheel in the middle. But so many people wanted that. I just kind of was like, all right, here's a third option. But yeah, so many times, like last night I dropped off Aaron at the card store, hung out with him for about an hour and just, you know, seeing what everybody's up to and such. And I was looking around at playmats, and, you know, by themselves they're works of art. They're great. But man, you start putting all these shiny things on it with sleeves and then artwork inside of artwork on top of artwork. And it's so rare that it all comes together, and it's just kind of looks messy. In fact, I think somebody was thinking in the same design space, because I was looking at this store had a ton of playmats. I mean, it must have been over 100. One of them was this super well-made stitch design. I'm sure you've seen it. I don't know if it's Ultra Pro or what. And it's just black with like orange, like an orange border. And I was like, that's probably what I would get if I didn't have the ability to make my own mats like I do. So that's pretty cool. All right, let's attack here for lethal, because we've got Verdict. It's so fun when this kind of stuff happens, right? Wah, wah. Game 3. That card's OP. That's weird that Curse just goes, I'm out of here. I'm quitting early. I really like seeing Verdict. I'm not sure about the Curse, but I'll keep it there. I take out my... I'm going to lose 2 more Scorpions. I'm going to bring in these again. I like that interaction of being able to pull that off. Let's go. I'm not cold, just my hands are. Yeah. About, what, almost 2 years ago I lost all that weight. And, whew, that's a big drawback. You shiver a lot. Wear lots of sweaters. I tell you, when I start editing, it is ridiculous. I wear a sweater till like 2 in the afternoon. I got like a blanket. I sit down, I'm plenty fine. My wife's the same way because she's a stenographer, and so we both have jobs where we're just zone out and just like, you know, so we both suffer from that, where it's like, yeah, you just sit still too long. Got a pull-up bar in the hallway, so every time I get up and go get anything to eat or go to the restroom, I do a couple pull-ups or just hang there and get the blood flowing. A lot of times I'll accompany that with like 20 really fast push-ups, you know. I always wondered when I was a kid, and I used to be able to, like, I was a gymnast and I could do the splits, and I could do like, I think my top claim to fame was when I was about 150, 155, I could actually bench 300. That was a crazy get it up. Now they say, you know, maxing out's bad for your joints and stuff like that, because I was quite into working out and stuff. But I always thought when I was a kid, you know, it'd be cool to just keep this up. You know, if you just did it every day, not so much that extreme weight example, doubling your weight, but, you know, things like pull-ups and push-ups, and, you know, when you can do like 100 when you're like 17 or something, no problem. And it's like, if you just did that every day, you'd be like a 90-year-old man and just be able to bust all this stuff out. Good grief. I'm going to keep this because of Village Rites and because we can flip that Awakener pretty fast. But Mtmentat, this is what we're talking about. Dang, says FIFO0. I'm not going to try, but thank you for being our first-time chatter. We'll keep this. I don't know about this. Hey, there's Snuggle Foxes in the house. All right. Yeah, when I was into gymnastics, you know, it wasn't really a thing in the 80s. I mean, it was on the Olympics and stuff like that, but I was really, really, really into it and took it very seriously. And so I was always really bummed out when the presidential physical fitness here in the United States would show up, and you know, at the time I could easily do over 30 pull-ups, and most gymnasts can. And yet the A+ rate, they would stop counting at like 10. And I'm like, come on. It's like, isn't there extra credit for this? Can I win like a super like foil award? Put a little foil on the goal or whatever. But let's start playing to the median there. Alrighty. Yeah, we'll just attack here. Don't have many creatures, do we? I don't know if that feeder is going to feed. I'm going to be a little careful of, you know who. I don't know. You guys think it's worth... Should have probably played the Awakener there. Yeah, I should have. I don't know. That Village Rites feels pretty good there, too. Alrighty. Hey, I don't mind seeing that very much. We got something to do with these. I'm sure Pauper Tim's laughing when we discard a mountain, a swamp. Yep. Let's discard that. He's discarding with madness. For 1, it's a 6-point swing. It's not looking good for us, folks. I'm going to pop this. We need to get some more card quality here. I'll get rid of this dude. Get out of my way, sucker. Draw me some cards, baby. Woo! Here we go. All right, cool. Cool. Here we go. Here we go. Sweet. Boom, boom. Ba-da-ba-ba-boom. I'll sacrifice this to this. Try to get this out of rat range. I haven't seen much removal other than blockers or big rats. So let's do this. We'll do it again, folks. Alrighty. We'll play this while we can. I'll drop the Awakener now. And we'll attack. Pretty good looking board. Drop that Fiend next turn, and if we do get an extra land, you know what? This kind of sucks though because that Rotting Rats. Kind of was hoping we would get that extra land that we could just pitch, but at this rate, we'll probably lose that Village Rites. Actually, can't guarantee that we're going to be able to trip that Ecstatic Awakener. I wish that was a magic card from Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, when Gandalf says, or no, what's that guy's name that Sean Bean plays? And he goes, "What is this new devilry?" I always love that line. That first Fellowship was so good, and then they slowly started jumping the shark after that. Boromir, that's who it was. That's right. I did that little edit inside of the card where it says Lord of the Rings in 38 seconds, and it just shows Gandalf flying one of those big birds, and he just drops the ring in there, and it's a party time. 23 life? I thought we were doing better than this. What's happening? I'm chatting and not focusing. Damn it. Yeah, that Balrog was just woo-wee. Man. You know, one of the best payoffs for that is the look of Legolas not understanding the concept of death. I get the chills on my arm right now just remembering that. And then the music, the choral goes in there, and Elijah Wood's acting right there, and it's just the perfect amount of slow-mo and arrows coming in everybody. That's a super powerful scene. Alrighty. Well, I guess we'll just pitch rats. I mean, if he does the rat thing, we'll just do that. Screw it. No reason to not do this now. Zap, pow, boom, bing. Those rats have got to be pretty big at this point. Give me a card. That's another land. Well, at least if Rotting Rat shows up, we'll still be able to save our Village Rites. Not that we have many choices for it at the moment. Damn, 12. Yeah, for Whiff Zero, I think I'll call you. I was just going to talk to you guys about that too. Like, remember like 10 years ago, Magic the Gathering, the movie, and every time you look it up, it's like, oh, it's just around the corner, or Netflix is coming out with a It's like, no, they're not. I know the my beloved Avatar: The Last Airbender cartoon thing that first got us started on all this anime goodness. Such a good series. Even the remake was. The movie's atrocious. M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong. Guy's Hollywood death. For every one movie he makes that's decent, there's like 10 stinkers. Anyway, but that was supposed to be coming to Netflix as a live action, and I'm like, why do that? Same with The Tick. I love The Tick in the 80s. It's such a good cartoon. And then it's like, and now we're going to do a real human version. It's like, why? It's so fantastical and crazy and just aloof. It's like, just animate it. It seems like you're going backwards. All right. So they're spending their whole turn getting rid of that, and we can't really do anything in response. Exile it. I'll sacrifice it to itself. Well, no, I want to draw a card. Yeah, I'll let it go. I'll draw a card. That's cool. All right, cool. Let me drop this. Let me drop this. And then I'll do this, even though we're still staring down you know what. And then old Demon's getting there, isn't he? Every time I think, like, I don't know if this deck can support that. It's like so many times I feel like a hypocrite because that's the thing that's finishing the game. I've got a game 3 every time. Sorry, folks. What do we got here? Crypt Rat's not going to get you there, baby. I think they outstuck the Creature Workshop stuff. Yeah, no, I've said that before, but like, you know, Lord of the Rings needed 3 movies, and then they take The Hobbit, which is kind of, you know, one story, and then they make it into like 6 movies. I call him the Vidal Sassoon elf or dwarf. That guy that played him, it was just like hair all perfect, and it's like, come on, you're living in the woods, you're fighting and eating with your hands, and you know everybody just looks like they just got out of like, you know, the makeup chair and look like they're ready to pose for some magazine cover. Nothing takes me out of a movie more than the hero jump where they land and then they look up, or the huge creature enters the scene and roars, and so everybody gets ready to. It's like no predator would do that. My son's hooked on that now. Every single show we watch, it's just, you know, Castlevania was the most recent. We, you know, these awesome creatures would come out and then they just roar. It's like, oh god, it's such a tired trope. Yeah, I think so. Mtmentat. I've never gotten through one of the Hobbit movies. I think they went like this for me. Like I really, really liked. Let's flip this now. I really, really liked Fellowship. Two Towers is tough because it's in the middle. It didn't, you know, you can argue that both ways. And then Return was okay, and then it just started falling off a cliff. Well, that's not going to be around next turn. Looks like we're going to go 3-0 with this. I'll get rid of that. Sure. Oh, well, yeah, I still got it. I'll be at 8. We're going to do... Oh, nope. That's incorrect. Maybe we'll draw another Geth's Verdict for the win, right? Crunch. No reason not to. Smack. You know what, Cooper the Red, one of these days, like when I'm retired, I'm going to take all those movies, like all of them, and I'm going to make one good, like 90-minute, might not even be Hobbit based. Maybe I'll make Magic the Gathering the movie, right? Just cobble together all these crazy things. Can I do any sort of tricks here to get that last bit through? Oh, I thought they were at that extra life. Never mind. We've got it. Cool. Nice old school trick there. Get somebody to jump. It's like when they have football players in America, or American football, I should say. You know, they're like, hut, and they try to get people to jump off sides and get that extra free yards. All right. The demons have yet to lose. The demons have yet to lose. They like to drink. They like to drink. They drink a lot of booze. Here we go. You know what? My bladder's calling. One more Kamigawa thing, And we'll be back to play. Is that? Oh, yeah. Wait. Hold on a minute. Was that this? That's only the second game? Good grief. All right, I'll be right back.
Today's Kamigawa is a complex vision that reveres its past and embraces its future. And if victory is to be in your future, we have the gear for you. Let's take a first look at the mechanics of Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. Reconfigure is a new keyword that appears on equipment in this set. I mean artifact creatures, but also equipment. The future is awesome. Simian Sling is an artifact creature and an equipment. Like other equipment, it starts on the battlefield unattached. Like other creatures, it can attack, block, and do everything creatures can do. Even has this cool ability that will ping opponents. It also has Reconfigure. Reconfigure is a twist on the equipability you may have seen on previous equipment. As a sorcery, meaning during your main phase, while no other spells or abilities are on the stack waiting to resolve, activate the Reconfigure ability to attach Simian Sling to target creature you control. This causes Simian Sling to stop being a creature temporarily. It will continue to be an equipment. So let's say I control Simian Sling and Unstoppable Ogre. I'd like to make my Ogre just a little bit more unstoppable. So during my main phase, I activate the Reconfigure ability of Simian Sling. Simian Sling stops being a creature and it becomes attached to the Ogre. Unstoppable Ogre is the equipped creature. It gets +1/+1, and if it becomes blocked, it will deal 1 damage to the defending player, thanks to Simian Sling's second ability. I can also use Reconfigure to move Simian Sling from one creature I control to another. But Equip does that also. It's useful, but it's not new and interesting. Let's see new and interesting. Remember that when I attacked with Unstoppable Ogre, the Ogre became tapped, but Simian Sling did not. And that's important because Reconfigure can also be used to just unattach the equipment. Again, as a sorcery. So in this example, during my second main phase after combat, I'll activate Reconfigure again, but this time not targeting any creature, just unattaching. As that ability resolves, Simian Sling becomes unattached and resumes being a creature, so it'll be ready to block next turn. If Simian Sling, or another equipment with Reconfigure, starts your turn attached to a creature, but you unattach it before combat, you can attack with that creature that turn. It doesn't matter that it started the turn as a non-creature, as long as it was under your control the entire time. Whether you're new to Kamigawa or rediscovering familiar battlefields, Reconfigure will lend creativity and flexibility to your martial tactics.
And we're back. All right. That Simian Sling, that artwork is awesome. All right, this is the 4th round. I forgot to write Cooper the Red's name down. Yeah, I want to play first. And 3 lands again. Has it been every single turn? I think it has been. Okay. Has been. Oh, English. You spiteful mage. All right, let's go like this. Who knows what we're up against? This is like the chat show, right? Woo! So we beat Slivers, we beat a black deck, and we beat another black deck. A very cool one. Pauper Tim. All right, let's do this. Hey-oh! I got some stuff going down. I'll lead off with the Beetle here. I'll run right into that thing. Let's see what it's got. Come on, sucker. Let's go. And we'll bring out the Awakener. Still not a fan of Echoing Return, but we haven't lost yet, so Haste BR must be up to something. Uh-oh. Soldier time. Crunchy crunch. You'd think a demon should be able to fly, right? What's the point of all these bones cracking and transformation happening if you can't even fly? He's almost got wings there. Looks almost like a fallen angel. You think they could reprint Fallen Angel at a common? 5 mana is a lot. Alrighty. Let's do it. You know what? Let's do a few things here. Let's I'll sacrifice this. I think I want to make a token instead. Can't really kill anything. Let's make a token. I'll happy to trade a beetle for the Lord. Beetle for the Lord. Oh no, I didn't. Forgot to do the thing. Give us like a. Hey, that's pretty cool. Maybe for next turn. Yeah, let's attack. Normally wouldn't like to trade the beetle, but for a veteran armor, I'll do it. Crunch. I'll play this next turn, along with our little friend there. We got the super combo. Sarah Angel, Shivan Dragon, and Singer Vampire could all be downshifted. Yeah. Man, remember back in the day, that was just, those were like the only flyers. You had Air Elemental. And if you wanted to go air power, each color just had like 1 or 2 options. It was like, that's it. Order the pit. Oh man, I've done that Arvona. I think everybody has. If they don't admit it, they're lying. I should have probably blocked there. I'm not going to be getting in with anything here. Time to have some fun. Boop, 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 boop. Here it goes. Here it goes. We'll get all that life back. Probably go get our scorpions back with this. Keep us in the game, right? Attack. Whoa. A careless attack. Who cares? Alrighty. Sacrifice here. We'll sacrifice here. We'll get 2 life back. Put this here. And always yield. Can I do this now? Or is it too late? It's like, sometimes it's like that with, hey. Well, that's a little color bias, isn't it? You know, you do that with a Soul Warden and it doesn't work. You misclick on that early turn and it's over. Let's get greedy. I'll sacrifice a creature. I'll do this. Could really make it count with the Carrion Feeder, but do I just go all in here? That's 8. Yeah, we can just kill him here. Especially with the triggered beetle here. Woohoo! Soldiers. This is Hexxen Rouge, right? I can't keep you guys straight. Like I say, I'm the biggest hypocrite, right? I should have had a crystal ball years ago and made my account name Propaganda, but no. All right. Edicts for sure. Edicts for days. We have names, we have usernames, we have different usernames. And Echoing Return, bye-bye. Lampad, bye-bye. And Scorpion, bye-bye. I like this. Might be able to argue this. This won't do anything. Could keep us in it, but I'd rather play aggro. Hiya! Hexxen Rouge, that's right. Hexxen Rouge is Edamedmon. Shirazamon is... Remind me, birthday boy. Everybody, another round of happy birthdays to Shiraz, please. Let's make his day. And Pauper Tim is the Orange Mitten. And Deluxegoff is Propaganda. And, Arvona, what's your online name? Is it Arvona? I'd have to give you a prize. Hey, wow. A perfect hand. I'm Shirazamon on MTG. Oh, I swore you were, for the longest time, I thought you were Edamedmon, or however he pronounces that. So, oh, man. Oh, we got the goods. Oh, we got the goods. This is like the best hand of the day. Watch we lose. Woo. Let's do it. Alrighty. Hey, if you got nothing to do this weekend, fling our YouTube channel onto your big screen TV. Go to our playlists and just watch all of our commercials. It will literally take about 20 to 30 minutes. And there are 10,000 gazillion private jokes in there. I promise you that. Okay, let's lead off with the big boy. Hiya! Filthy McNasty. What a name. Alrighty. You think that's big? Watch this. You know, to Hexxen Rouge's credit, I do think there are... that's pretty underplayed tribal mechanic. Soldiers. There's enough of them out there. I think if you really did a deep dive, it could get out of hand pretty quick. Here we go. Boom. It's going to get so brutal next turn. Boom. Attack. Well, since we have it next turn too, I'm just going to do it now. Get in that damage. Click very slowly here. Always yes, always yield. That'd be a funny t-shirt. Talk about meta. Yeah, why not? Do it again. Probably going to get journeyed here, but whatever. Let's do this. Crunch. See, at 15 mana, maybe that's why we've been winning, because we have been flooded. Is this a journey? Oh. Otherwise, it can't attack or block. All right. Well, that kind of blows. We can at least sacrifice it to the Awakener now. I always like the logic behind Bonds of Faith. It's strong here, and then it's... But every time I've tried it, it just comes up very lacking. Change of plans. Let's sacrifice it. Turn on Double Picker. And all of a sudden, there's 10 damage on the board. Crunch. Yeah, I think so too, Pauper Tim, but I haven't really given it a super look. Not that I have the answers, but I have a feeling there's enough. It's not like Soldiers is like Slivers or some strange mechanic where there's a finite. I mean, there's just thousands of things. I've always wanted to make all those white combat tricks. They just leave so much on the table. It's just like, they're pretty powerful and they got great effects, but yet you're losing that tempo of the attack, because then they got to, what is it, an attacker or a blocker does this, then white can do all these cool stuff, but it's not very relevant until then. These edicts are feeling really weak right now. We just can't seem to lose today. I'll bring out the heavy food, and assuming we're going to attack first, and then we'll assume that we're going to draw another swamp, and then we can trip something into the Awakener. Not that we really need it. I've got quite a bit of threats on the board. There's that. Sure. Might as well just take that down. Ugh, so much tension in my shoulders. Sometimes when I'm editing, I'm like this, and then I get incredibly sore on my neck. And unfortunately, my wife's not strong enough, and neither is my youngest, to really give Dad the... I need a clone so I could just... Because I'm really good at cracking backs, but not my own. I gotta give myself Arnold Schwarzenegger style grip massage. Sometimes I have Sapphire just walk on my back. That feels great. Catch myself doing it sometimes when I play Magic too. I just hold so much tension. I'm like, God, it's not doing anything other than just making me miserable. You know, as much as I like Black Sack, I don't know. This has quite a bit, that little 1-2 punch with the Carrion Feeder. I mean, it's nothing new, the Beetle, but man, you add to the fact that Nested Shambler. Oh, that's just brutal. So brutal. Bestow. Wow, haven't seen that in forever. Cooking chili, spilling beer. That sounds like a good day, my friend. Woo. Yeah, we've got this here. We'll do that here. I'll lead off with this. I just got him dead here. There's no anything in the yard. We'll just attack here and then sacrifice that. All right. 4-0, baby. Woo! Can we make it a perfect day? Let's see. We've seen quite a few black decks, but this will be the end of it. So we have beaten kind of a life gain strategy. We've beaten soldiers. We got Pauper Tim with his black, awesome, cool graveyard list. And then Cooper the Red before that with another take on black. I should have written stuff down a little bit better. I got all this chicken scratch everywhere. Yes, I want to play first. I'm going to have 3 lands again. We are. We've got most of the puzzle. We'll keep this. Back at you there, Hexxen Rouge. Yeah, Resident Zombie with his angels, probably. Yeah, that Bone Picker won't be doing much. Yeah, he's always on. Super convinced. You know what? Let me lead off with this. And clear the way with that Ghast later. Let him drop a 1-1 in response since we've got our mana situation under control. That was probably the biggest surprise of last year was that Shambling Ghast. I, saw it on paper. I'm like, oh, that's neat. And then when I played it, I was like, whoa. Like a bird of paradise in Pauper. Alrighty. Well, let's keep our little removal suite a bit of a secret, shall we? If 6 is to auto yield, is there a shortcut to stop yielding? Yeah, and take it off your keys. It will lose you so many games. I have lost so many games with that screw up. Used to think like, I have the discipline. I'll only do it when and you just get in that muscle memory where you yield until you can do something is a good key to have, hotkeyed. I have it right above my tab key. I just right off the edge of my keyboard. My son actually liked that so much that he ended up incorporating that too. So I'm just going big here. Boop. Let's go. Man, 6 damage, turn 3. And 3 of it has evasion. That's pretty awesome. And we got double removal in our hand. I haven't given Carrion Feeder a fair shake. I've always known it's a good card and such, but man, it is just... Haste BR has really pulled something off here. But again, don't get drunk with power yet, because I crashed and burned really hard with it. Of course, I had a wee bit to drink. It wasn't that oppressive. And then also about a week before, he did well with it. I think the exact same 75. He did pretty bad with it too. So, oh man, this is getting ugly. This is getting ugly. We'll bring this out. We'll bring this out. I'll bring this out too. Screw it. Attack. Whoa. I'm going to do this now because we've really got him on the run here. That's 7. I don't want to go too much more into that just in case. Nim Chimpskey with the knowledge. Yeah, right here. I think my graphics are screwing it up here, but who's asking that? Arvona. If you watch my mouse right here, right down here is what he's talking about. Might not be able to see it on my board. It's funny, about every about every 6 months I get somebody new to Pauper that's like, you should make a video on how to use like Magic Online. I'm like, that's a really good idea. Just like stop here and just little. We get so used to it and stuff. It's not that user friendly, especially like docking panels off to the side and stuff. It really made it a lot more complex than it needed to be. All right, somebody's got a fog. Or not. What on earth is this? Exile target permanent. Well, I'd rather have it in the yard, so I'll just sacrifice it to itself. Yep. All right. Attack. Getting a little nervous now. They got the big mana online. We'll keep this mystery card in our hand. Yeah, if you want my advice, don't ever have anything on your keyboard that can yield the entire turn, because it will cost you more than it will help you. Paying attention to this too, your stops. And you got to be careful in the interface. It has like this multiplayer, and then your 99% of your games are going to be the other one. I wish that was a harder thing to get to. Sometimes I've set a stop, like maybe I'm playing some desert, and so I'll add a stop. And you can do it in the middle of the game too. You can just click on these and start them and stop them, but you get used to the cadence of how things go down. And gosh darn it. All right. 7 mana to get rid of these things that cost me 1 mana. Hey, a removal deck, and we've got all kinds of damage coming through. Go ahead and stop us, baby. So now even a fog, if we just draw into any sort of sacrifice effect, we've got this. Of course, they're like a Marasa away from probably pulling out. Yeah, Hex and Ruge, I agree with you there. And hats off to Arctic Ghost over at Pauper Classic Tuesday. We don't give him enough praise. Man, just the glue of the format sometimes, this kind of people, you know, just day in, day out, week in, week out, year in, year out. Just that's another guy. See him online. Arctic Ghost. Just thank him. Just out of the blue. Heck, throw him a ticket or two if you want to. Make his day. I'll probably turn you down, but it's a nice gesture. Yep, here we go. Where's our sacrifice ability? No Marasa, no Marasa, no Marasa. Yeah, there's the gathering. We haven't put that promo up in a while. I think it's in. So in each of my little subfolders for bathroom breaks or commercials or miscellaneous stuff or skits or the Zodiac, or, you know, I've got, I don't know, 400 custom made things now for this show. I've got a folder in each folder that says recently used. And so sometimes after I finish a show, I'll take that file and I'll throw it in recently used, so that next week I'm trying to decide what goes in the show. That way somebody like Shiraz doesn't see the same commercial 8 times in a row like he suffered through in the early days when we only had like 4 or 5 commercials. It's really screwed here. He has to use fog. And if we get any sort of sacrifice effect, we've got him, unless he's got Marasa. I play PSP's League. That's why I downloaded the client. I like watching Propaganda and Snapbolt. Oh, very nice. We like having you watch us. Thanks for joining us, as always. Well, it was a good day, and then we ran into Tron. All right. There's the win. Yeah, let's get back Feeder. So we've got a sacrifice outlet, and this should win it for us. Echoing Return beats Tron. Cool. And we still win. Hello. Does he see it now? Okay. Alrighty. When are we going to go back? Is this just some like super big Blastron? You know when you see a deck with Kalhani Gardens that they're really afraid of edicts. But I like Rotting Reunion here a lot. You know, I'll keep one of these dudes in. Even though it helped us there, I'm going to lose it. We got one spot. I'm going to get in quite a few of these. Let's go with 3. And Scorpions are decent for that. I got the big power here. We got all these things going on here. What to lose? What to lose? 2 cards. 2 cards. You know what? I will get rid of a Vigil. No, that's a Foglock. All right, we'll lose 1 Vigil. Awakeners can trade with all those 4/4s that he's got, so I don't want to go too skimpy on that. Honestly, I'll lose a Footlight Fiend here. There we go. I mean, we have enough stuff to get rid of the plant tokens, but actually, Let me bring that back up. Nope, it's not going to let us. It's the quickest way to make sure you're going in the next game. Is make, oh, wait a minute. Wow, we finally got a 1-land hand. We're on the draw. We'll keep it. Our whole board costs 1. Our whole hand, I should say. We don't have anything on board. Okay. The Shambling Man. Well, assuming we draw into some mana, I'll just bring this big boy out. Start making them use that plant token so that when we do draw into our thing, we'll be able to do it. Remember, we only got 2 verdicts. I meant to put in 3, but the clock got me. Moss Diamond? Who does that? Somebody that wants to get to annihilate math really quick. Alrighty. Really want that, either a swamp or that D&D dude to show up, man. This is crazy. Just gonna do this straight away, man. Bloop. Next turn, I'll drop that Footlight Fiend if we don't draw anything else. I'm just going all in here. I want to put that pressure on so the ramp really hurts them. They're like in the single digits, and then maybe we can get some stuff going online here and finish this out with a nice 5-0. But I play Pauper because of competitive decks and fun brews can play in the same events. LGS and World been a world of fun since we started Pauper. Yeah, it's funny. The last week my son was at the store and I was tired, so I just, you know, he stays there pretty late, and he was like, there was a big Pauper crowd there, and I was like, oh yeah, should have told him about propaganda. And he was like, just like, I was like, thanks a lot, kid. You don't have to say like my dad blindly. Just like, hey, you guys ever hear of propaganda? That way, maybe they don't know. Maybe it's a resource they can chill with, right? Can't wait for an end of turn rotting reunion. That'll be fun. I'll do this, we'll shoot this, get this out of my way, try to do something here. And it's like, help your dad out, man. Worst case scenario, they'd never heard of it, but then they might like propaganda, right? Come on now. It was right there. It was like handed to him. Spoon fed, and he's like, I ain't hungry. Oh, thank you for that, Arvona. I really appreciate it. Yeah, that little, it's like those bands that, you know, have that grassroots, and people are kind of just helping out a little bit here, a little bit there. Takes a village. Boom, this game's over. He got 2 permanents and he's got Annihilator. I don't think we're going to win 2-0 here. This is nuts. Well, our deck finally didn't give us mana. All right, off to game 3. This will decide if we go 5-0 or not. Whenever we do a really dominant show like this, I always come back the next week with like a really iffy rogue deck. It's like kind of keep the waters calm, right? All right, I'm going to bring these back in. I'm going to abandon this plan. And I want to have, he has lots of big stuff. I want to have answers. I'm not going to bring in all of them, but almost. Let's get rid of 2 things. I'll get rid of a Scorpion. Do I lose a Rites? I think I'm going to lose 1 Rites. Logic being, I just want to be on the attack. Rites is one of those kind of refill, reset cards. I don't think I've ever done that before. It's a nice sequence. All right, here we go. And don't go anywhere. We're going to be discussing Kamigawa Dynasty, or at least my take on it, roughly. And then Nim Chimpskey can roll his eyes at my scrolling. Yeah, I want to play first. All right, perfect. Keep. I've got some graveyard hate for a little, you know what? Sitting back, hiding behind the cowardly move of Moment's Peace. Very effective move, I should say. 1-1 into game 5. If you could post the deck list for anybody that wants to click on it and see it as is. Again, it's Haste BR's Magic Online handle. Made this list pretty awesome. I'll bring this out just in case a little plant token shows up. The Black Demon. I don't know what I should call it. Black Sack's always good because it has that rhyme to it, right? Whoosh. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Attack. Very different. Careful there, Shiraz. Family show. Alrighty. I don't see why not. Let's do this now. Got him at 15 already with the Scorpion and Myr compensation package. Get that other Myr online. Sit back on a Rotten Reunion. This American Gothic take is pretty cool. I think they could have got it a little more spot on. All right. Here's an obvious fog turn. I don't know if it's worth 4. Maybe. Maybe not. Sure, let's attack. Your password. Yikes. That's a trip. All right, so this is one we like because then they like to hide behind that and we can build from that, right? Hiya. Rotten Reunion. Rotten Reunion. That Perilous Myr is so cute. You'd almost be tempted to go up and like pat it. Not that I would have any exchange of feelings that way, but what's cool too is, you know, just like with unearth mechanics, not the card but the mechanics, this these zombies, you know, you attack and then before they're dead you sack them to this and then you get the benefit of both. That's what we're going to do right here, folks. Whoop, bye bye. Hey, 5-0 baby. Woo. Time for destiny. Crunch. So that's the list. Haste _BR. You can go and check it out. But we have the list in the chat there for you. So yeah, I mean, this is the alarming thing, right? 15 lands. You're like, huh? But every single thing except for these 6 cards costs 1. So there's some logic to it. I would definitely cut this to 2 if I was to try to play this. Maybe even these guys. I'm not sure, but hey, what am I doing, right? We just went 5-0 and had a pretty good variety of lists. This card's been surprisingly good. You know, the purist in me is like, well, why not just use Fairy Macabre? And it is always valid. And you can cast Fairy and all, you know, you guys have heard me ad nauseum with that regard. But the way this plays in with the sacrificial thing, I think it's worth the slight to the Fairy Macabre because, like I said, you create that 2/2, you attack with it before it's your second main. You sack it if you've got a Carrion Feeder on board. Otherwise, you just sit back with it. So, I mean, you don't want to go the Siege zombie route, right? I mean, that's good in draft, but in Pauper, there's just too much removal. And that's obviously why, you know, he played Echoing Return. But I just think 3 is a bit much there. But can't argue with results, right? I really like this sideboard. It's really nice and flexible. Just does its job, you know. It's not too all in on anything. And felt like we could use a little bit more draw, but, you know, there's just so much power coming at you. It's like you just can't get up from it. So, yeah, so I think Rotten Reunion is surprisingly really good in this list. It makes me want to put these main, the unearth mechanic like Rotting Rats and like there's that 2-1. They all have haste and, you know, the there's oh man, there's that 3/3 that cycles and has haste, and there's a lot of good unearth cards. We just saw, who was it, playing the first Sphere Gargantua. Very cool stuff. So anyway, guys, so I got this set up because everything above this in my list is I don't think White really has much to sing home about. Obviously, this Moon Circuit Hacker is just, gosh, you know, it's like, did they have to give Blue 8 ninjas of the deep hours? Because honestly, in any deck that's going to do well with, like, you know, just evasive creatures and stuff, this is just going to always be that. And if not, it turns into a Merfolk Looter, or the Looter Il Core is what I'm talking about, where, you're just cycling through. And sometimes you'll probably want to do that, right? You're going to be like, oh, I'm mana flooded, so I'll just pitch this and go get another card. Very cool. What was the other one here? So I don't just read off the thing. Network Disruptor was the other one I really liked. Yeah, this is a lot of card for one. Oh my God. Comes into play, tap a permanent. You return a ninja. I mean, I'm so thankful they didn't make this a damn fairy, because it's finally maybe going to make Spellstutter not be, just uber powerful. If this was made into a fairy, I think Spellstutter might be on the ban table discussion lists. Not that I'm included in that. Another story on that, right? But yeah, Network Disruptor, I'm really eager to play with. It doesn't look like much to kind of the noob out there, but man, that's, a Pestermite effect just over and over on a 1/1 body. That's crazy. And a Moonfolk. How cool is that? Just hovering above the city, chilling out, doing some good things. The new ninja is naughty. 8 fairies, 8 ninjas. Yeah, just call it 8 blue. What else? Boom, boom, boom. That does it for blue. Oh, black has this one card in it that I wanted to show you guys. This one. This is so much card. Clawing Torment. 1 black. So flexible. Show me a game where you don't see an artifact or a creature. If they're playing creatureless, boom, it still works. And it has this little clock effect. And now, what do they got? That Underworld Dream style thing. You've already got Ill-Gotten Inheritance. You've got Dogged Pursuit. Now you got Clawing Torment. You can maybe go Roshav and get a little sloppy with that Pillory of the Sleepless or whatever it is. I'm not saying go that route, but hey, we already saw Pauper Tim play some Darkness, so we got some black and white Fog list. Maybe that's just sitting there churning up life and playing some good stuff. That's pretty cool. Reckner's Bargain is the one that I'm really, really excited about because of my love of black decks that draw more than blue decks. So this is just an upgrade to Costly Plunder. Does the exact same first sentence or two, if I'm not mistaken, but then you gain life equal to the sacrificed permanent's mana value. Woo! Of course, it's only going to be 1 or 2 usually in a deck like Black Sack, but man, it's a trip. I don't know what's going on with this artwork here. I mean, this is just like crazy neon. This is what I was afraid of, Kamigawa. I'm glad they didn't go all in with this thing, and I've seen some rares that are just, they're junky. It's visually they're junky. So the bargain, let's see. Oh, yeah, Already Dead's another one. You're Already Dead, I think is what it's called. Yeah. Just because of this, draw a card. This is pretty awesome. I mean, you're probably exchanging, but man, black's getting a lot of power lately. A lot of card draw. Nice little take on the mechanics here as far as lore and such, with kind of getting into the realm of computers and such. Now there's a Simian. Oh, this was another one. Experimental Synthesizer. When it enters the battlefield or leaves the battlefield, exile the top card of your library, and you can play that till the end of turn. You can play that card. That's pretty awesome. That's like kind of a draw 2. And then it turns into that. I think there might be some cool uses for this moving forward. So, yeah, and sacrificing the Gurmag Angler, exactly. And then I think I've only got one more. Yeah, Experimental Synth. Simian something. I just wrote down like the first word so that I would... Simian Sling. I think this card's awesome. Yes, I'm going to try to make this work in Infect. Because equipped creature becomes blocked. It deals 1 damage. So that might be kind of fun to... have that little ping value of Infect. It's probably going to suck bad, but that's just one of those things. And I just love the balance of the artwork on this list here. And I think that's it. Wait, no, there's a. Oh wait, no, that was just a note from down below. So anyway, the hell happened there? Hopefully I'm still streaming. This is the second time this has happened. Let me see if I can hear myself. I don't know what it is at the end of the show with this going like this. I can still hear myself. All right, guys. Well, hopefully everything worked out. We'll see you at same time, same place next week. Did it go black for you guys? That was really scary. It's doing this at the end of the show. All right, guys. Next week, enjoy the list. Adios.